Hey, what is going on, Keap users? So there is a challenge that I have run into and plenty of other Keap users have seen as well when you run a report inside Keap and the columns that you want to add to the report for some reason aren't available. So you need the criteria that that report offers, but for some reason the data set that it returns for you is incomplete, right? If this is sounding familiar, then stay tuned. So the solution to this is basically exporting both of those reports and then using Excel or Google Docs to aggregate the data, to combine those two reports, right? So the criteria set from one, but the fields that you want to export from the other. And so in this video, I'm going to hand it over to my good friend and MonkeyPod community manager, Jade, to walk us through exactly how you can set up Excel formulas to compare this data, to combine and consolidate information from multiple reports inside Keap. Take it away, Jade.
Hey everybody. Okay, this is a video because recently in the Grove, a wonderful human being, Josh here, asked a question about, hey, I tried to pull a report. It was a tag application report, and it didn't include custom fields the way that you could make the columns and the data show up like you could on a contact search. And, you know, as you probably know, there's certain intricacies to why you might want to use a report of this kind versus that kind, but inevitably you're going to want to see things that are on different reports and try to combine them. Now, you can't do that natively in Keap, but because Josh asked about it, we put our heads together, and it reminded me that my good friend Moshe, who is a Google Sheets expert, he and I got together. He recently taught me how to combine reports using VLOOKUPs and Sheets, and I'm here to show you his magic. He's the brains, I'm the face. So here's what we did. I have a report over here, and actually I'm going to move my face right here. Okay. So this is a fake report. So here's a sample. I made a fake tag application report, and all we're getting is just the contact IDs of the people who are on it. And the reason you might want to do that is because you can do rolling dates, people who had the tag applied in the last 7 days only on a dynamic basis, right? But what he wanted was to be able to pull custom fields along with that report, and it's not included. So I have a second export, again, fake data. I have contact IDs of people who have their favorite color filled in and their shirt size. So this will be a great example. I want to see people who had this tag applied over the last 7 days, for example, and I want to know what their favorite color and shirt size is. So this is what we did. I have a third tab where we're going to make the magic happen. Now, I'm going to show you two different versions. This is the way I would have done it. And then, of course, Moshe, being beautiful and brilliant, he made a second version that's a little bit more advanced. And I'll show you the pros and cons of both. But let's start with what we did here. So the first two tabs are exports. You could either download and plop it in there, or you can use, plus this, my favorite tool is the Google Sheets exporter. Well, it will automatically populate sheets with your saved search and the columns you've selected. And you can even schedule it to refresh constantly or add new tabs. It's amazing. But just for the sake of this example, let's pretend that I either use plus this or exported, and I have the Keap data on two separate tabs. So what we did here is I added a third where I'm going to grab the data from the other and combine them myself. So this is what we did. So first of all, the column A is just a query saying, show me something that's somewhere else and put it right here. It's just a mirror. So you can see I'm querying the tag application report, just column A. That's what the A:A is. So I'm making that appear, just saying, hey, show me that. Now that those are present, what I can do is I can create formulas that say a VLOOKUP formula. So it's a vertical lookup saying, look up everything based on the information I'm going to give you and return the matches. So this is what the version 1 would look like. Let's say, paste values here. And what I'm doing, just so you know, I'll move my face again, values only. Okay. So I did also query in the headers, but you don't have to. I mean, it's just custom field 1, favorite color, custom field 2, shirt size. You know, I did query it in just to show that you can do that. You could have typed it. You can make it bold and pretty because only the results are affected by formulas in here. I mean, this could be, you can make beautiful dashboards and all sorts of cool stuff, right? So for this version 1, what we're going to do is we're going to vertical lookup, meaning look up vertically, right? Smart. I'm going to look up A2, which is contact ID 123. So I'm going to look up based on this value, 123. But where am I going to look? I'm going to look in the contact search because that's the one with the extra custom fields in it. And I'm going to comb through columns A through C. Now, what is in A through C is my data, the contact ID, and all of the information I might want, the custom fields. So back in my combined report, I'm going to vertical lookup based on the contact ID. And then what I want to return is I'm going to search through A through C. And the number 2 here means return what matches with 1, 2, 3 in the second column. So let's go back here. The first tab only has the contact IDs of the people I actually want to see. The contact search has too many. So the combination is I'm going to look up only the contact IDs that are on this tab, but match the values from B and C. If I specify column 2 or column 3 in my formula, show me that data. So that's why it returns blue, because it found 1, 2, 3 and then told me what was in the second column. Now, the final piece, the false at the end here, all that's doing is saying, don't guess, don't give me the closest, only return an exact match for what I want. Don't guess. So that's version 1. Look up 1, 2, 3 and return what's on the other sheet in column 2 after you match it to 1, 2, 3. Now, the second version, this is where Moshe got really excited. He added 2 little pieces. So the part that we've discussed already is present in here. It's nested inside. So everything from this VLOOKUP over to the false, we've talked through that already. However, he added an array formula and if error. And here's why. We nested in the array formula so that instead of like pasting the formula all the way down and hoping you've gone far enough, it's just going to say, instead of in this particular cell, match it out and then repeat with this formula and repeat with this cell and repeat with this cell and just, kind of copying the work all the way down. The array formula is going to specify, just do it for the whole A column. So I don't have to do, notice how there isn't even formulas in here. In mine, there are, because I would have had to take that formula and replicate it all the way down. That's why he prefers the array formula over this, because we don't have to replicate the formula. It's going to say, oh, just do the whole column, array it. Now, the second piece is if error. And as you can see, when I just dragged in my version 1, when I dragged the formula all the way down, it returned a bunch of errors because this formula is saying, look up this cell, but there's nothing in there. So of course there's not enough information and I quite literally have an error. So in Moshe's version, he did if error, and then in the quotations at the end, this is the final like outside nest of the formula, right? In the quotations, there's nothing. So he's literally saying if error, show nothing, instead of if error, freak out and have, NA and red triangles and stuff like that. So those are the 2 extra pieces that are happening. So at the end of the day, and I'm actually going to delete my version now that you've seen it. At the end of the day, what we have is only the contact IDs from the tag application report that we want, but the vertical lookups with the extra fancy features are going to return the values from the contact search, because that is where I can grab the custom fields from. So hope that helps, and have fun combining your reports.
Okay, so there you have it. Hopefully there were some tips in here that you could use to make your reporting that much more successful, to draw meaningful insights from the different reports inside of your Keap account to help you make informed decisions to guide your business forward. Now, As we saw throughout this video, Jade referenced the conversation that started inside the MonkeyPod Grove. That is our private community. And you are welcome to check out the details for this membership at ogmembership.com. And Jade recorded this video in her capacity as the MonkeyPod community manager. But I want to give her a shout out specifically because Jade is, outside of that role, also a very capable Keap consultant and just a fun person to be around. So if you want to learn more about Jade or working with Jade, you can check her out at jadeolivia.co. That's it, friends. Thanks for watching. Take care.